breastfeeding their children, and worse, changing diapers, simply because it comes with uncalled-for attention. But for one Penina Ndegwa, the tough experience of trying to nurse her child in public pushed her to start a baby care center, a facility that is fitted with baby-changing stations and a bed where children can take a nap right at the center of Gikomba market. I went out for the story and here is it. A beehive of activities on this sunny afternoon in Gikomba Market, Nairobi County, a market that has given opportunities to about 65,000 people. The life of market vendors here is characterized by very early mornings, and for mothers with little ones, daybreak comes with a lot of hassle. We make our way to this unusual child-friendly space right at the center of the market, where we meet Penina Ndegwa.
So we came here to install a baby changing station. This is an initiative we started way back from 2019, from research and also actually from my own experience. I happened to be traveling with my baby, using public transportation, and my baby soiled her diaper and I needed a clean space that I needed to change her diapers. And the only place I could think about was the CJ restaurant in Nairobi CBD, which was almost a kilometer away from where I was in the stage. So I walked all the way with a fussy baby and bought coffee, and then acted to be buying coffee, but used that moment to change my baby's diaper. So I was like, why do I have to spend that 200 shillings to buy coffee? What about the other women who cannot afford and they don't have a choice? It also dawned on me that every time I was traveling with the baby, I used to have a small bucket in the car that I used to put the soiled diapers in. And I felt like we needed to provide for the children, because if we don't provide baby changing stations, we are depriving children from their accessing their sanitation, because that's how they toilet. And it's never about a child alone, it's a child and the caregiver.
For many mothers, changing their babies in public comes with a lot of shame, strain and judgment. And for Penina, that in itself presented an opportunity to fill the gap.
Yeah, so it's very important to ensure that those facilities existed, but we did not want to just do it. We started by research, understanding how is the situation in the ground, what are the challenges that women experience. So we initiated a research, we interviewed women online, we using survey online tools, and we got overwhelming response within a very short time. And women told us all sort of places that they have changed their babies, including on the roadside, on the tanks outside the public toilets. You know, it's dusty, it's or on top of the countertops of the sinks, and it is wet and messy. Yeah, imagine. And then again, you're not even allowed, sometimes for some toilets, you're not even allowed to dispose the diapers there, because then the diaper is bulky, they don't want to fill their sanitary bins, you know, they're also smelly. So it's just a way of excluding caregivers or women traveling with children. So as an urban planner and as a mom, I felt I had to do something.
Mothers here speaking of the burden lifted off their shoulders with the convenience of bringing their children to work.
Iko juu. Nikikombea na huko daycare nilikuwa napeleka mtoto. Huko daycare nilikuwa napeleka mtoto, na challenge ni tele. Sasa wakati mlitengeneza huku, mimi nikaona nieri nikuje huku nikaange na mtoto wangu. Sasa unaona kama hapa wanacheza, wanaruka, anajua kusoma. Siku hizi ananiambia mama, 1 2 ng'ombe ndio hii. Namwambia ni parasi. Si mmechora tu hivi vizuri. Namwambia ni parasi. Sasa unaona amejua ng'ombe, amejua parasi. Juu sasa kuko na kitanda. Mtoto anaenda analala vizuri. Ile iko hatuna neti. Maji iko vizuri. Chini ni kusafi. Mtoto kama ni chakula anapewa exactly the time.
Mimi naingia 5:40. Mbeleni nilikuwa namlalisha kwa cartons. Kulikuwa na challenges juu saa zingine huyu ni mtu wa kujipindua, anaanguka nampata kwa floor. Lakini sasa hivi vile mnileta kitanda warm up, sasa hivi nakuanga hata sina stress nikifanya kazi yangu. Mtoto ameongezea masaa ya kulala, naamka saa 4 saa 5. Kumchenjia hiyo changing station, naona tu iko sawa kabisa.
At this baby care center, mothers are free to walk in and change their babies and leave them to take a nap at no fee. But with no income coming in, how then does Wow Mom sustain itself?
You come anytime. The space is open. You come, babies poop anytime. They never say when they want to do it. So they come at the moment it is free. They don't pay for anything. They just come, change their baby. They will lay the like a leather on top of the baby changing station. That they all know. All the women here know how they do it. They all come with a lasso. They lay the lasso on top of the baby changing station. They strap the baby. They change the baby, and the baby is happy.
So it is absolutely free for mothers?
For now, it's free. Yeah, it's baby changing station is free. But eventually, once we start now having like a trained caregiver, which is something that we're rolling in in a few months, we have like a caregiver, like a teacher, so to speak, an ECD teacher, who will be training them. Just those cognitive skills, the coloring, the painting, just preparing them for preschool. Because like I said, over 80% of the brain grows between 0 to 5 years. It is not a money-making venture at all. At all. But of course, it has to sustain itself. That's why we're actually looking now for more people to join to support the initiative, because the women are many. You've seen the children are too many. In fact, there are too many to handle. There are too many to handle. And every time I come here, I see a new baby and a new mom. So it's actually encouraging more women to come with their children to work. But we cannot sustain them at the moment. So that's why we are calling upon anybody who can add something, even if it's paying a teacher for us, that's a plus. Yeah.
The centre, however, is not without challenges, as funding remains a challenge and government processes to register and run a baby care centre long and tedious. As she looks into the future, Penina seeks to expand the business and empower the women. For a market that has about 1,000 vendors, majority of who are women, this baby care center seeks to change the world, one changing station at a time. Nancy Nalimer, Up TV-Gikomba Market, Nairobi.